Nisio Isin. If this palindromic moniker sparks a sense of familiarity, good. If it sparks excitement, double good. His stories are definitely well known within the anime community, thanks to their own merit of course, but because of the various adaptations found throughout. Now, I wanted to talk about one of those today. And it's not Monogatari. It's actually Katanagatari. This historical fantasy definitely strikes out as different. From the distinctive art style, coloring choice, to formatting, it makes sure you realize that it has its own story to tell. Oh, and let me say this, if it's one thing that's reminiscent of Monogatari in this anime, it's that it has that magic touch of making long spans of dialogue entertaining. A little about the anime and its story. The reason I said the formatting is a little different is because this series had an episode adapt an entire volume of the original light novel series within an episode. How'd they do that? Well, by making the episode 48 minutes, about twice the runtime of a typical TV series. I appreciate how it doubled up, so it really allowed the series to explore whatever current part was at hand. Although there was a final goal that hung at the back of every episode, there was no need to rush there. Now onto the actual story. It centers around two people, Shika and Togame, swordless swordsman and strategist respectively, as they travel across historic Japan to collect the 12 deviant blades. Each blade is wildly different in properties, ability, and even shape, to the point that some aren't even swords. There is the same degree of variance with the wielders of each blade, in temperament, appearance, motivation, personal history. Beyond the wielders of the blade themselves, there are a lot of characters. Some weren't as memorable, which is to be expected, but there was definitely a bounty of ones that were. Pleasant, brash, humble, arrogant, reserved, loose-lipped. Those words, and many more, could describe the legion that is the cast of Katanagatari. All of them really brought the story alive, and made it feel like a legend of past times, or at least a long-standing folktale. Now, with regards to our main hero and heroine of the story, the evolution of the relationship was something special indeed. First, it resembled the typical master-servant pairing, as Togame gave Shichika 4 orders to abide by. 1. Don't break the blades. 2. Protect me. 3. Protect yourself. And 4. Protect yourself. Soon enough, with various battles, they realized that letting the other do what they can, at least relatively well, could actually be a good idea. As the path goes on, their bonds grow deeper and they seem inseparable and unstoppable. But there's just one teensy little issue. Well, you see, Shika's dad killed Togame's dad back in the rebellion. The poetic point of rooting their entire relationship of cooperation and altruism in murder. That's gonna come back to bite later on. While the codependency itself is great to see, I love the development of their individual personalities as well. With Shika, the metaphor of doling his blade was a great way to describe how he was becoming more and more human instead of a living weapon. For Togame, getting used to Shika and his straightforwardness instead of constant scheming helped her lighten up and realize not everything has to be a chess game. Now, a pleasant surprise that stuck out to me was the wide assortment of instruments with classical Western, Japanese, and even electronic to create a song that was able to fit every scene. Not only did the songs match the scenes and characters for which they were created so well, but they also do a phenomenal job of standing on their own. I realize that Katanagatari may take a little more in investment to watch, but please, if this series is intriguing you, I highly recommend it. What is essentially a journey story through a time in Japan where samurai and ninjas still exist. It's got the smooth fights, the slower drama, the twists to match. Honestly, it's just one hell of a ride. That's why I think you should be watching Katanagatari.